Hello everybody, welcome to the European Podcast Award. Our jury has met, and as we all know, the European podcasters are waiting tensely for this one little moment. Who has won the European Podcast Award? With this small virtual ceremony, we will announce all national winners. Our EPA blogger Nicole Simon joins us in a video conference. So Nicole, you have intensively observed the European Podcast Award. How do you comment on this premiere?
I love it because it brings together the European community around podcasting. I've been involved for quite some time and I love everything which brings together more podcasters. And I have to tell you, I'm quite surprised about the outcome, how many submissions we actually had. We had nearly 750 submissions. We had 749 from all over Europe, from the countries we took into account this year. You have old media, you have new medias, you have famous people down to people who are just starters in podcasting. And I just wished I had a Babelfish, because then I could listen to all of these different voices and not just to the ones of the languages I actually understand. So in a little bit together we have learned quite a bit, and we are going to apply that for next year. There's going to be another award, and there's going to be more countries, and some countries might not be working next year because we found out that perhaps sometimes the scene is not yet ready for an award. Somebody from Latvia actually said, well, there are 4 podcasts, so having 4 different categories and going for 4 podcasts is a bit difficult. But if you've been one of the countries not this year in the European Podcast Award, do get in touch, come to our blog, leave a message so we can announce next year's start. And we are going to give you in this video the results of the country winners, not yet the final result, as he said already, but going for the countries and which different categories we have, and then you will have a little bit to wait until we put it on the blog in text. We want you to watch the video, of course.
Thank you, Nicole. So let me explain what is happening now. In a minute, Nicole will announce all national winners. As you know, the EPA has 4 categories, and every participating country now has 4 national EPA winners. Out of these winners, we then will award in February 4 podcasts which were judged best of all throughout Europe. They are finally the European Podcasts of the Year. So why in February? We had announced it quite several times that we had some time delays. Nevertheless, it was a little more than difficult than we thought to organize a European-wide competition. With the first EPA, we have learned a lot. This is no surprise. We have also looked at other competitions and have taken over good ideas. In February, we will award a prize to the winners for 2008 and 2009. Next year, then there will be winners for the year 2009 and 2010. Everything will be explained with more details on our EPA blog from Nicole. So Nicole, here are the results from our jury. Germany, Spain and United Kingdom, 12 points. No, I'm just kidding. Nicole, please start.
Not so many 12 points of all the different countries, but let me say that first. I'm trying to pronounce all of the countries, and we didn't choose winners based on the fact if we could pronounce that winner, but yeah, let's try that. We are starting with Germany, with the results for Germany, and personality is one of our categories, and the winner, it doesn't really come as a surprise to many people probably, is Schlaflos in München. And we have also a very nice non-profit category, and that is called Unipod. The business category for Germany actually is the Infineon podcast, and for professional we have Hörbar Rust. That was the easy part, and now we are going over to Spain. The jury results for Spain are for the personality category Comunicando podcast. For the non-profit we have Express Digital. For business we have Territory Mac, I assume it's a Macintosh. For professional we have La Vetana, and I apologize for mispronouncing that. Going over to the UK, we are not leaving Spain yet, because the best in professional from the UK is called Learn Spanish with Coffee Break Spanish. The best in the personality category is Pod of Funk. The non-profit is The Naked Scientist. And in business we have Backpacking Light Audio. We are going over back to the continent for France, and the jury results for France are personalities. C'est personnel et confidentiel. The non-profit is l'Upperground. The business is Le Podcast High Tech France. And the professional is Le Podcast Journal Who's Who. That was easy and it's quite English. We're going over to another nice country, and it's Italy, and there we have personality, The Funny Show. I still assume it's, I think, in English. In Italian. We have non-profit, that is called Radio Raglio. And in business, we didn't have a winner there from that category. We had some submissions, but our jury decided not to go for a winner this year, but I'm sure we will have one next year. Professional, we have radiorock.to, and then we're going back, jumping over the continent to the Netherlands, and there is personality, it's David on Air. For non-profit, we have One More Thing podcast. For business, we have Postbank NL. And for professional, we have Radio 538 Dance Department. Sounds very funky. From the Netherlands, we go to Norway. And for Norway, we have in personality the podcast called Super Streng mit Eirik Nuth. I hope that's kind of okay. For non-profit, we have Sport 2. For professional, we have NRK P3. And then we are going over to Switzerland. And the results for Switzerland are, in personality, it's podcast, I assume. Some nice people telling about how it is to be in Switzerland. For non-profit, we have Hackerfunk Zürich. In business, we have Eppenberger podcast. And in professional, we have something called Digitalk. Now we're going over to the Czech. And there's personality, and I think it's pronounced Apatyka. And in professional, we have something called Play. Last but not least, we have Austria, and I'm German, so it's not going to be 0 points, but it's going to be 12 points for personality in Takarinas Welt. And we have for non-profit die Wieder Radiobande. And for business, we have S60AT zum Hören. And for professional, we have management podcasts von Bildung aktuell. And these conclude the results from the EPA jury for the country winners of the European Podcast Award of the first edition. And we will be looking forward to announcing the overall winner all of Europe. And I'm excited to see even more reactions than we have already. Back to you.
Thank you, Nicole. So, congratulations to all our winners. The surprise winner package will be sent in January to you. I want to thank all members of the jury, the whole EPA team in the background, and Olympus Audio Systems for the fantastic support. Without them, this could not happen. Please stay in contact with our blog, so you will always get the latest news from the European Podcast Award. I wish you all the best. See you.
Okay, Michael, and I want to add, please go to the website and check out all the different countries and all the different languages. These podcasts are not just there for the competition, but they're also there to be explored and wander around and maybe discover a new favorite podcast. And of course, watch our blog for announcement for the future. So see you